Hello and welcome to this new video. So in this episode I'll be telling you how to properly wrap up your fingers and your wrist using Goalkeeper tape. So this tape has been supplied by Pinnacle GK and massive thanks to them for supplying this tape so I can film this video. So before I get into the tutorial, let's just talk about this tape. So it's really easy to use as it's self-adhesive, which means it sticks to itself without having to use any other products. It also looks good due to the clean white look, as well as being really lightweight and really breathable. It's also really good value, coming in at £2.49, which is incredibly cheap for this long and this thickness of tape. So let's get into the tutorial. First of all, I'll be showing you how to wrap your fingers, and then I'll move on to two methods of wrapping your wrists. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to properly wrap your fingers. So what you want to do is grab 10 centimeters of roll and just rip it using your fingers, or you can cut it using tape, but it's really easy to rip. Then what you want to do is choose obviously the finger you want to do. You can do all of them, or if you have an injury or prone to injuries on a certain finger, wrap that finger. What I normally do is tape up my middle finger, which is the longest finger, as that's normally most likely to get hit. So then what you want to do is I line it up with the bottom of my finger, so where the crease forms when you move your finger, put the tape there, and then pinch it with your thumb, and then just simply wrap it around quite tight, but not too tight so your finger can't breathe, and then just simply keep wrapping it around. As it is self-adhesive, it will just stick to itself, but what I recommend doing is after you fully wrapped it, just squeeze it like that, as it just squeezes all the tape together and ensures that the adhesive is properly working. So as you can see, what happens then is by putting it at the base of your finger, the joint is in the middle of the tape. So that ensures that it has maximum protection and maximum stability. So that is how to wrap up your fingers. If you need any more advice on how to wrap up your fingers, leave a comment down below. I'm sure someone will help if I don't get there first. So yeah, that is how to wrap up a finger. So now let's move on to the wrist. The popular method is wrapping up from the base of your wrist to about there, about an inch below where your goalkeeper glove would be, and that's because it's less restrictive and more comfortable. However, it's not as good protection as a second method, which also has that, but also has a bit which goes around your thumb, which provides more protection and better stability of the wrist joint. So for taping up your wrist, what you want to do is get about 20 centimeters like that. Don't rip it this time, and just pinch it with your thumb and then kind of flick the tape under. And what I like to do is use a table or a bench or anything, and then just pull it tight using your fingers and then pull it over. It will be quite awkward, or if you have a coach or a friend to help you, I definitely recommend getting them to help. What you want to do is I like to put it quite high as it naturally slides down. So I wrap around about 3 times at the top of your wrist just to provide more stability, and then kind of slowly spiral down like this. It's not too important wrapping down here, but it just provides more of a surface area to provide stability. So then you want to stop. So if you imagine where your goalkeeper glove would come to, probably come to about here. You want to go an inch below that, and that would provide the maximum stability by covering the wrist bone, which provides the maximum support and the maximum protection. So then what you want to do is kind of just rip it like that, and then once again just squeeze it to make sure that the adhesion works. And as you can see, that will provide really good stability as it wraps the wrist bone well, and also is not too restrictive. Obviously you don't want to make it too tight that your hand can't breathe, but that is one method of wrapping your wrist. So the next method of wrapping your wrist, like I said, it will be similar to this one, but however there will be a strip which goes around your thumb, and that'll just ensure that your wrist and your thumb has a bit more protection. Obviously some wrap over thumb gloves would provide this stability, and obviously if you had finger spines you wouldn't use tape, but also it'd provide a bit. It makes it a bit easier. And once again, put your wrist down at the base of your wrist and then flick over the tape like that. It will, once again, it is quite awkward. You can use your body or use a bench, and then just wrap it around. Once again, you want to do about 3 wraps at the top. And before I start moving down, I like to put one more wrap through the thumb. So what you want to do is wrap it over, and then from the other side of your hand, you would then want to wrap through your thumb and go down. So then what you want to do is exactly the same again, but this time as you come round, you want to go around your wrist like so, and then I just like to repeat that kind of X pattern like that, which provides really good stability. And then after about 2 times wrapping it around your thumb and about 4 times I think wrapping around your wrist, you then just want to move down to once again an inch below where your glove strap would be. And then once you've done, once again just squeeze your wrist to make sure that the tape works, and as you can see that is really good tight secure fit. Obviously it's not too tight so my hand can't breathe, but then it provides really good support and stability. So I like this method if I have an injury in my hand or my thumb's hurting or something like that. I prefer this method just as it provides a bit more stability for my wrist and my thumb. Whereas this method is easier and more comfortable and also less restricting, as this one is quite restrictive but in a good way, as it provides really good support and stability. So let me know down below what method you guys prefer, if you use tape or spines, and then which are the wrist methods you prefer. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and it has helped you out. If it has, leave a like down below and also subscribe if you're new around here. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.